Does it look like money? We paid $1.50 for this, and it is worth at least $2,000. Do it! I don't know if y'all know about this, but Big E Vintage Denim, Levi Denim, is pretty much a holy grail item for reselling, for treasure hunting. This is like American Pickers kind of stuff. If you saw my Instagram, I picked up this at a polygamist yard sale in Fredonia, Arizona. My friend Perry invited me to go to St. George to work out. It's like a 2-hour drive. We saw a yard sale sign. He was like, yo, you want to stop? I was like, yeah, not really. And then we turned the corner. There was another yard sale sign. So I was like, yeah, we might as well stop. We stopped. Found this amazing jacket, $1.50. Also bought some Allen Edmonds and some Salvatore Ferragamos. These are vintage in the box. These are men's shoes, these are women's shoes. This was the real score. Potentially is going to sell on the low end for $2,000, upwards to maybe like $3,000 to $5,000. I don't know. Early 50s Levi Strauss Type 2 vintage denim jacket. To make it even rarer, it's blanket lined and really itchy. Levi's has been like a historical company since like the 1800s. I think they invented or started mass producing denim out of California, and it has created this like subculture of vintage collectors for the brand. It's kind of like the older it is, the better condition, the more valuable it is. I've been on the lookout for a Big E anything, denim or denim jacket or denim pants for like 10 years. And it finally happened. So I knew when I found this jacket that it was worth money, but I really didn't know how much it was worth. I knew it was at least a couple $100s, and it was even more exciting when I got Signal and started reading about vintage denim jackets and looking at completed listings. I found this really good article by Heddels or Heddels. I will put a link to it in the description, where it goes through type 1, 2, and 3 denim jackets. And this is definitely a type 2. That's what the tag looks like. And there's also its little tag up here. The best score of my life to date, and it's just really amazing. So we're gonna go over some of the jacket details right here. There is the red tab, Levi's, as you can see, it's a Big E. Double stitching around the pocket. The buttons right there, as you can see, it says Levi Strauss & Co. SF Cal. Single yellow or the orange stitching around the collar. And this is where it's absolutely beautiful. I have not found any online with this good of condition tag. This is a leather jerky tag. It's a bigger tag. The newer retroed vintage style ones have a more rectangular tag. This one's a lot more square. It's still a rectangle, but it's a lot more square. Has a size tag there, says size 44, and also size 44 printed down here next to the lot number 517XX. It's this extremely dark indigo denim color, meaning that it hasn't really been washed, because when you wash these, they lighten up, and the darker the denim, the more valuable it is. It's very stiff, double breast pockets, single stitching down here on the waist hem. Cuffs are also single stitched. These copper rivets right here are also stamped LS & Co. SF, meaning Levi Strauss & Co. San Francisco. The back of the buttons have nothing on them, they're just flat. Right here is this double pleated style, which actually pleating looks cool on a jean jacket. We're gonna go inside the beautiful fibrous blanket lining, some stylish stripes. It's actually really itchy when you wear it without long sleeves. We got the blanket line tag here, still in really good condition. 60% reused wool, 28% cotton, 12% rayon. And this also disintegrates while you whenever you wash it, it would just slowly disintegrate the blanket lining. The insides of the jacket seam right where the blanket meets the denim. We have a beautiful red selvage all the way down there. This is currently the best 517 jacket that I've seen on the internet. And there are some small little stringies, a little bit cruder of a production in the 50s. So this Big E, red tab Big E, Levi's started doing in the 30s, and they stopped doing a Big E in 1971. So that already can date this jacket between 1936 or whatever, and then 1971. When I do further research, there's a couple Japanese magazines that I've found that have said the 517 is from like 1952, 1953. And just when the Type 2 jacket was finished being made, there's actually a really good article on Heddels. I'll put a link to it in the description that kind of goes over a lot of the Type 1, Type 2, Type 3 jackets. That's where I got a lot of my information from. Yeah, that is the jacket. It is a size 44. It does have these buttons on the back so you can kind of bring it in or let it out. Two sides, also indicative of the Type 2. Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that this is an authentic early 1950s 517, just because of where I bought it from, how quality it feels, and yeah, just the small details. Okay, so here is the research, I don't know, the boring part, or the exciting part if you're into that, the actual nitty-gritty research. This is the Heddels article I was talking about. They wrote this in 2016, so it's about 2 years old. Talks about Type 1, 2, and 3 jackets. It really doesn't go into the blanket lined, but they have some good advice and indicators, and it's a really good guide, and there are pictures that are like not loading because my internet's so slow. I'll put a link to this in the description. It's a good read, definitely a good read. eBay is our go-to. We're going to see the exact model number of what I have is the 517XX. The current only thing listed is $1,200 or best offer. It's terrible pictures right off the bat. The guy just like chucked it on the sidewalk and took some pictures. Terrible condition, as you can see. Just look, it's been patched, it's been ripped, it's been burnt to the tag. There we go. Look at that. Rust, holes, totally trashed, light colored, really worn elbows, really terrible pictures. Just chucked it on a sidewalk, chucked it on the floor. He's got some cords in the way there. It looks thicker than my tag, a little bit thicker. My tag's the very thin, jerky kind of tag. The red tag is trashed. I do like that he included this in his listing. He found a picture from a Japanese magazine, the 517XX, and it's got some information. It looks like it's from 1952. I don't read Japanese. It's 52, maybe 53 to 54. So it says something about the 507 and then something. It's interesting. Smart to include that because mostly the buyers of these vintage denim jackets and pants are going to be Japanese collectors. Yeah, look at that. It's just trash. The bottom of the jacket's trash. The lining is all thinned out. Let's look at completeds. So we'll look at solds. And I believe there was a sold. Maybe that was Levi's blanket lined. It was where I saw it, I think. Yes, so there is one that sold for $1,500 or best offer. This was an auction, and it sold for $500. This one is also destroyed. This one had holes in it. It was very light colored. No tag at all. So this is like the bottom of the market. This one's in a little bit better condition. Still not in as good a condition as mine. Sold for $1,500, took an offer. eBay's not the only place where I can find data on this. I also found this on Rakuten, which is Rakuten is a Japanese global market selling site. And this is the exact jacket, blanket lined. It's a darker color, but also still has some wear. It still has some wear on the cuffs. The tag is pretty destroyed there. It also looks like a newer tag. Doesn't look like an original, but maybe it is. It definitely looks salvaged there. The blanket lining is actually in pretty good shape, but there's still some wear on the jacket. Way better condition than the other ones that we've seen. And this one actually has already sold. It sold for $1,200, 138,000 yen. There's an active one on Rakuten, and this is probably my closest competition. It's at $2,600. It's in really good condition, like mine. They have somebody modeling it, but they don't show the tag, which kind of makes me think that mine is still in a better condition, because I would have no problem showing the tag. It is a great selling point. Please understand that somewhat. This is a translation from Japanese to this, so it's like
Might have dirt, some small damages. But this is the closest active that I have is $2,600. And we can pretty much make the assumption that mine is in better condition of this, which would mean I could command a higher price. When we're getting into such crazy high prices, like the difference between like $2,500 to like $3,500, to the people that are buying it, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to make that big of a difference. And then here on Etsy, they don't have any 517s, but there's a 507 for $2,500, which is the non-blanket lined version. I forgot to look up the 507XX on eBay. And this is the non-blanket lined version. As you can see, some used ones are auctioning to like 900. This one's like 1,000. This one's in pretty good shape. It looks like this is some. It's not a Type 2 if it's a 506, so it should be a 507. So there, that one still went for good money with some. This one's in really good shape without the blanket liner, but they have 506 in the description when it's actually a 507. So yeah, that's kind of what the market is looking like. I really do think I can get over 3,000. I'm not in a rush to sell it. It being such a rare item, I really have a command of the market. If somebody wants it, they're gonna have to want to pay my asking price or negotiate something close to it. It's a gem. It really is. It was a gem of a find.
I hope you enjoyed this video. These items are out there. If I can find them, you can find them maybe at a thrift store or a flea market, an estate sale, I don't know, but they are out there. I hope this video was informative and you will now be on the lookout for Levi's Denim and you will not sell yourself short if you do find it. My plan with this is actually to try to get in contact with Levi's, give them first dibs, see if they want to buy it. If they do, I'll try to make some sort of deal with them, and then they can use it in marketing or they could put it in a museum or something. And if not, I will post it on eBay or Etsy. Most likely will sell to Japan. They are the vintage denim kings. But yeah, once it sells, I'll probably make an update video. Thanks everybody for watching. If you haven't already, please give the video a thumbs up. These deals are out there, you can find them. It might take days, weeks, months, or years, but you will find it if you are educating yourself about these items. You know anything about vintage Levi's or vintage denims, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram or in the comment section below. Feel free to give me your best estimate of what you think the value is. It's not exactly 100% established of a market, but yeah, I do appreciate your time. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye.